Master. Welcome to my Common Sense Living podcast, where I'll add common sense and value to your life. Get a pen and paper, you'll want to take notes. Today we have a special guest. I met Amira at the Holistic Chamber of Commerce San Antonio chapter, where she's vice president. San Antonio is fortunate to have such a vivacious, caring young woman in our midst. Amira Abdelkader, I believe, is an RN, holistic wellness coach, believes that in order to cultivate a happy and productive community, it's time to create a culture of wellness in our city of San Antonio, and education is the key. Amira has 40 years of experience in the healthcare field, 10 of which were spent in the United States Air Force in medical flight evacuation. She is now also a health and wellness coach dedicated to empowering people to restore their own health and well-being. After overcoming her own chronic disease, Amira is motivated to teach others how to do the same. She does this by offering classes to the broader community, as well as one-on-one guidance about how to make important lifestyle changes such as proper nutrition, IV infusion, regenerative medicine, herbal remedies, essential oils, medical massage, and more. She even teaches Qigong, or I don't know if I pronounced that right either, movements with the 9-breath technique and body-mind medicine program to minimize stress, pain, and post-traumatic stress. So I thought you'd enjoy what she has to say. So with that, I'll let her tell us more about herself. So Amira, welcome.
Thank you, Anne. Appreciate it. I'm so happy. And I'm very proud of you that you started this podcast. It's really taking off and is much needed in our community and all over the world, by the way. So we're going to be boosting you so you'll be national and international. Right?
Well, with that being said, I'm going to be the MC here on October 15th for the women's women's empowerment group, I think it's called, something like that, at the North Conference Center. So that's my first time going to be an MC. So
all right, great.
Good. About you. So let's talk about you.
So first is Amira Abdelkader. It's an Arabic name. I'm originally, I was born, raised in Egypt, Cairo, Egypt. So, and then moved to the US back in 2074. So long time ago. So most education is upstate New York. And then my career and my family started in North Carolina, Chapel Hill, North Carolina. And then I moved to Texas 2010, and and every time it was quite a challenge and a lot of to deal with all our health care and so we go the allopathic medicine with the holistic medicine, So definitely I always was interested in it since probably I was born in it, right? With Egypt, there were the pharaohs, the healing. So definitely I enjoy that. And I think we have to go hands in hand with allopathic medicine and the holistic medicine together. That's what I do. I have been doing it all along and been educated more in the holistic health also, as we see that it really makes a difference to balance the mind, body, and spiritual, that the person be able to heal themselves, and the process of healing goes even faster. All right. So there's a lot of document, and I've been involved with research in North Carolina with UNC Chapel Hill and with Duke, and shows and proves with the NIH that yes, these things do work. So definitely when people hear about that, they say, oh, so it's not the woo-woo stuff, right? That like they say. Yeah. So when I moved back in 2010 to San Antonio, Texas, I was a little bit disappointed because at that time we were not up to par with the holistic health here in this part of the world.
Right.
And in San Antonio was the number one in obesity, diabetes, hypertension, and things like that. So definitely I kind of like, we need to do something, that's me. It's like if I see something not going the right direction, it's like gotta things to fix. Yeah. And, I'm very, try to be positive, and we all have to think a little bit positive with all, especially the last 2 years, the whole world kind of had little tragic things going on that it got us off track. But in 2010, that's when the Holistic Chamber started, and I was so excited when I heard about that it started here in San Antonio, and that's when I joined it. But unfortunately, with also the last 2 years, with all the things we went through, it kind of fell apart a little bit. So, but when we said we're going to go up again, so we did, and we're working very hard. And the purpose of this Holistic Chamber is to connect, is a bridge between the people within our community, how to help each other. So I cannot do everything to help. I don't have the capability, I don't have the time, I don't have that. I mean, population in San Antonio is quite increasing very fast, right? The last few years. So
We need more people like you.
yeah. So that's how we bridge. And there are so many great people here in San Antonio, but they're still in the hiding, we don't know about it. So
Right.
because still we're not very comfortable about it, what we're going to say, what we're going to think. But if we bridge and support each other, if somebody is doing such a good job and they're kind of like in the hiding, they say, come on, let's come out and let's help you, and kind of you're doing good things and helping people, educating people, so let's team up. And something like simple as your podcast, right? I mean, I think maybe, oh, what's a podcast, just talking, but this is getting the word out within the community. There are things out there that it can help you, okay?
Yes.
And we don't talk just like, oh, we're going to, people think we're talking about holistic health, that means the woo-woo stuff. No, it is all about more now the modern word is called functional medicine, okay?
Right.
Because now is the end word. So we started back in the 70s, 80s, alternative medicine, holistic medicine, and then we called it the integrative medicine, which to me, that makes more sense than alternative, because it is all the other stuff is the root of medicine, how it started thousands of years ago from the herbs and all the medicine that the medicine man, and in all religions. So we're talking BCs, that started all these things, from herbs to acupuncture, energy medicine, healing, touch. I mean, so all religion. So it's nothing different, but we just, due to the culture, all the changes in the world was happening, we got deviated a little bit.
Right.
Okay. So the bridge is very important within our community to see who's out there, who can we help. And if I cannot do it, I can go reach out and say, hey, I have Anne, I have Michael, I have Danielle, I have Lely, Lori, anybody. And that's how we help our community, So I'm willing I'm very excited to be part of that group again and kind of take it to another level. And we have a great doctor, he's a chiropractor, Dr. James Macy, who joined as an honorary guest because he is into education. I believe education is the key. Like if you want to be healthy, you can, be healthy. But if you want to know the best way, you need to be educated. Right. So in common sense, like your podcast, it's common. And if you educate your client, your patient, your family, anybody, then you say, oh, now I get it. Now, okay, now I'll do it. We don't just do something like this and here it is, fine, right? So we're going to take it to another level by educating not just the practitioners, the medicine people or that. No, we're going to educate the community. So we're going to have classes, we're going to have gathering, we're going to have whatever we need to get the word out within our community here in San Antonio. Yes.
Just like in school. Will the classes be free or a charge or yet to be determined?
Right. It's going to be determined, on the place and who our teachers are. Unfortunately, there's some expenses, we had. But as we get sponsors and as we people donate, and have the word out, I think we can come to a level, because yes, education should be free, but unfortunately we have to, if we bring a very qualified person from somewhere, from California or New York or
Right.
overseas, then and he or she, they have such a great information to share with us in the community, so it's going to be at a cost,
Right.
so play it by ear, like they say, and we'll see what needs to be done. And definitely we're going to put, I'm sure Anne will add all the links below to connect with us and let us know what more, either they need more information, or they want to share with us more information, or join us also as a member within the Holistic Chamber. So there is a lot of things, so we can talk here for hours, right? So, but the best thing is we put the link, to put the email and connect with us and let us know what your needs are that you would like to hear about. What are the topics? What are what your concerns, and so there's so much to ask, but if we get a collective opinion or ideas from our community, that will help us to start putting us different programs out there. Okay, so I know, like, we are already teaming up with something here in San Antonio, which happens already every year on the MLK weekend. Started, actually the anniversary was 10 years. The Martin Luther King is called the Dream Week. And I've been with them now about 5 years. And what it is, we have a dream. Yes, we all have a dream to be what? To be healthy. And now more than ever that people are coming out after the last 2 years that we went through of 20 and 21 and now 22, that our health is a priority, so we need to have this thing. And the Dream Week event is really nice. It has all the arts and it has all the music and that, but when I met with the person who started show, that I said, no, we need also to show them about wellness, health. San Antonio is in a bad health situation, crisis.
Yeah, definitely.
So you are right. And when I did this event a few years ago, it was really success. So now we're planning on it in January of 23 with the Holistic Chamber and so many other people, which has education, lectures, vendors. So I'm very excited, and also we'll add the link below to let people join us. So this is what we call community, holistically blending, connecting the bridge. And that chamber is not just local, it's nationwide, across in the US, and I believe it's international.
I think so too.
Right, yeah. So I'm very excited about that. And like I say, we'll spread the word, right?
Oh, yeah. You
Mhm.
have some event coming up, I think, on September 11th.
Yeah, so we have a little in the community. We can put the link. If anybody would like to connect with me, can put my phone number, and we'll add it down in the link if it's possible. But they can see me. So my business is called Jamelina, Jamilina Wellness, or IV for Wellness. So I do IV infusion. So if they can see me on the social media, on Instagram or Facebook, they always can reach out and ask for that. And we'll add it to this, but that's going to be on the south side. I don't have the information with me, but this is for healers, for educators, or for people to come and join that. It's actually going to be like a sound therapy. So people say, what is sound therapy? Sound therapy can be in a different level. For music, definitely music has that sound beat, like the crystal balls, that gives vibrational thing that helps you with aligning your body, the body, mind, and spiritually also. Some the crystal balls or the brass balls. So there's two of that.
And tuning forks.
And tuning forks, definitely, yeah. And
it's
some
not
of
just for school where you ping and try to hear it in your ear. It definitely has to.
Amazing, yeah. And the other one they do with the gong, like the Japanese big gong, the vibration of that gong also makes a lot of vibration. So there's so many things. It definitely is, and it's a good positive vibration.
Oh, yeah. Yes. You go to these events and you just come out feeling so, even if you had no treatments or anything done, you just
Oh,
feel so much more energized.
yeah,
It's really great. I was at
yes,
the Dragon Fest on Sunday, I think it was.
yeah,
Was that what it was called? And that was great. All the different people that are there offering their services, and it's
yes,
just a great community that, and so
right.
many people don't know about
Everybody's trying to help each other,
it.
and so nobody is judging anybody, and that's what helps. It's called the holistic dragon fest, right? It's in the Marriott, and it's every the first Sunday of every month there, Marriott of the airport. So that is really a good thing. And also the chamber is going to be meeting once a month, also the first Friday and the second or the third Friday, Tuesday for lunchtime, also in the Marriott. So if anybody would like to come as a guest for first time, it's free. And then you join as a member, and we can give you all the details about that. So, and there's so many other things going on, so if they connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, then they can see the links or the activities there is, available. So especially now, the next in the fall, there's so many activities going. Like we met a gal that she's having the shaman a sweat lodge. I don't know
Oh,
if
really?
it's sweat lodge.
You,
That is,
you, you cut out there. Repeat that. She's having a sweat lodge.
yes, and it's a little bit far from here. It's called Utopia. It's about northwest of here, but it's sweat lodge. I mean, I haven't seen the sweat lodge or been to it for years now, but I've been in a sweat lodge.
Me
So it's
too.
sauna, the concept the same,
Yeah.
but in a tent, right?
Right.
So,
But this wasn't even in a tent. This was made with the clay. The
uh,
Yeah.
yeah, so there's so many things, done. And because I promote that one, people don't realize. I was just talking with a client here, and I think the best thing is you need to find in your area, because I don't have it available here in the office or the clinic, is to look for the cryotherapy and also the infrared sauna.
Mm.
Up to now, it's a modernized. We don't go to a sweat lodge, we go into a sauna, but it's the same concept, because people don't realize being cold for going in a cold environment and negative 190 degrees. People say, wow, my God. But it's max of 3.5 minutes, but dropping that temperature down in your body really helps with inflammation. And
Mm.
now the disease, the cause of all diseases, is caused by inflammation. So if we able to decrease the inflammation down, your aches and pains and all whatever you have will be minimized, okay? And then the opposite is then you go into the sauna with a plus 150, 70, or 80, depending, that you increase the body temperature over 100, then what happened is then you are sweating it out, okay? So by being cold and then suddenly you build like a big rush, I call it water ruler of the body, it's like poof, explode.
Yeah.
And and people figured, oh, I'm gonna sweat. So I've seen people, it take them more than 30 minutes to start sweating in 130, 40 degrees. Okay, so I said that's not a good sign. If you don't sweat within 5-10 minutes, that means you have toxin in your body, you have increasing also. And the same thing with the cold. So the cold, when you go, you have to drop your temperature between 30 to 40 degrees from the original temperature before you go in. If you don't drop that fast, that means you have toxicity, you have inflammation in your body. And then the opposite, if you go in the heat and you do not start sweating fast, that means you still have these problems. And I've seen it took maybe several treatments before they start sweating or start getting cold, okay? And without exaggeration, I saw a person in the sauna for 1 hour and she did not sweat a drop.
Oh my
Not-
God.
And so I went and sat with her and said, here, hydrate, call, drink, until she said, I cannot sweat. I don't sweat. It's like, yeah, because something is wrong with you.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you were born to sweat for a reason, right?
Right.
So people, so that's part of education comes in. Oh, don't just go do it and finish, you know. So like, for instance, another example, a person come here and say, well, I need an IV. I said, okay, I'll give you an IV, no problem. But let's see what the problem, why you want an IV, what's causing it. I mean, if somebody sick and positive and is really tempered, yes, right away, I don't need to ask question. You're immune compromised, you're gonna get an IV. But usually walking in, it's like, oh, I need an IV. Well, tell me the reason so I can tell you, educate you what the best thing to give you, you know. But after talking and that for, you know, about 15, 20 minutes, then I realized, you know what, you need just a B12 and MIC shots for a while to relax you. You need to change your diet. You need to do exercise. You need to hydrate, you know, and then we'll see what goes on. Then I'll give you the IV. So it's not.
But I want the quick fix. I want it now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too much work. It's too much work. Give me the instant gratification.
Yes. So we got in that really bad habit. It's like, I want pill that does the magic. And I tell people, you know what? Sorry, number one, I don't have that pill. And number two, you got to that point, not just overnight. Okay. It took you years to get to where you are now. So I cannot fix it overnight, you know. And then, you know, so the medication or the pills or anything, nothing against it, but it has its place, the time and reason to use it. It's not, I believe is like, it's not just a band-aid. Okay, we need to fix the process, why this is happening, why your skin is changing, why your face, why a lot of people are now losing their hair, why you're losing your hair. Let's find the source and fix it from the root. So what is the root cause, you know, of your weight gain, your hair loss, your vision, the swelling? It gotta be habit. I have the know-how or the things that can fix you, but we need to know why, you know. So yeah, you
so you can use the right tool.
Yeah, and these things are not cheap to have, or you know, and it's all out of pocket. And then I hate to see people, I get an IV and then I go out and eat the whole, you know, I don't want to say what, but all the bad stuff and wonder why I'm not fixed, you know? So I tell the client, you know what, if I don't feel comfortable with you, you're fired.
That's cute.
Right? Because sadly enough, because that would be bad repetition for me that I'm not helping. You know,
because they blame you instead of blaming themselves.
You have such a negative thoughts, or I just want to do it, feel good for 1 hour and finish. It's like, no, I'm not for this. You know, I want to make the client or what, you know, to feel good and make them good, because believe me, I have clients not just here, I have them overseas in Egypt and other countries, and they still communicate and they still, dang, Amira, 10 years ago when I was in Egypt, she helped us, she did this for us. You know, some of them, it's hard for them to come here, so they're always begging, crying, I need to go there. So they're nagging, says, okay, now that thing is all gone, now you need to come. And so I will come. So and through the crisis the last 2 years, I went through a lot of people didn't realize, but when they saw the pictures of mine, what I was in February 21, and when what happened with by April 21, also within 2 months, they said, dang, what happened? Then, you know, I found out that I had major amalgam toxicity, you know, but I was able, with all my sources, connecting with different people, I was able, because that stuff, it causes, people don't realize the damage that happens to the body. But here a year later, I feel like I'm very blessed that my friends were able to stand by and help me. I was able to, with my knowledge and all the experience that I have, that I'm able to put myself through it. And it did not that one magic pill. It took a lot of magic, a lot of love, a lot of prayer to help me to get to that point, you know. And I believed in myself that, you know what, I gotta heal myself. I cannot give up. I still have a lot of work to do in this community and around the world.
But that's how I feel with me. I have a voracious appetite to learn, and I spent $1,000 on a class on diabetes. And what, for just me? No, I've got to get it out to the world. That was my motivation to starting the podcast. It had nothing to do with making money. It was about getting the word out. I'm holistic, which a lot of entities, let's put it that way, out there don't want that out there. They want to keep us locked into the toxic medicines, toxic food. And I'm all about the real stuff. I have an indigenous belief, I guess you'd say. And I have dandelions in my backyard. And every time I pick one, I thank God and thank the dandelion for growing. I'm from up north. They kill them with toxic chemicals.
Yeah.
And the healthy food for you. You know, I could have a green salad and that, you know, when I have no lettuce, you know. It's just fascinating, the opportunities of real health. You know, it's just fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, I love it when I see somebody and they come and say, I'm 90 years old, you know, and still want to learn, still want to be happy. And, you know, because a few years ago, we write them off. Oh, you're 90. I remember, God bless her, my mom, before she passed, 80 years old or 85. And they say, well, what kind of medicine are you on? It's like, no medicine. You're 85, so you have to be on medicine. She said that, really? And I looked at her, I said, are you serious? Are you serious? You're saying that? She goes, well, she's 85. I said, see, so it became natural thing to say, you're 85, are you on medicine? That's it. If you're not, you became the abnormal, you know, the abnormals.
There's almost something wrong with you if you're not on medication.
Exactly. So sadly enough, you know, and my mom was diagnosed in her 30s with Hep C, you know, due to blood transfusion. And that then they didn't have any treatments or anything. But at that time, well, she's still in the beginning. But then when I started learning, back then we're talking about in the 70s, 80s. But when I learned more about holistic health, alternative medicine, natural things, and that, I said, Mom, you need to be on this. You be this. You know, God bless her. And she survived. And so you can see it in the blood. Oh, yeah, she has Hep C. But she died at the age of 90, not from the Hep C. She died just kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
And but it was funny. I mean, not funny. It's sad that everybody just assume because you're old, you gotta be on medication, you know? So, but, you know, I'm not going to say I don't take medicine. I am not on medication, but when it's needed, I take it, you know. And funny, you see at Chapel Hill, when my daughter or son got sick and the doctor comes, they know me because I've been there for years, 20 years at the UNC. And they say, I mean, but, you know, we have to put your daughter on antibiotics. You know, I said, yes, sir, I know that because she has a major infection, you know. So they asking me for permission because they know the way how I'm thinking, you know.
Yeah.
I laugh so hard, but there's a place and time and a reason for these things to be done. But even taking the antibiotic, what should you take for the antibiotic? You need to take the probiotic and things to help your gut, the probiotic, you know, so your gut doesn't kind of shut down. So you have to balance that, you know. So like the Chinese medicine said, the yin and the yang, we have to have everything is balanced. You know, so our mind has to be balanced. Anything when it gets off balance, then it throws the whole body off balance, right?
On that note, I read something yesterday and about constipation. And it's your negative thoughts, your fear. It does something that it shuts down your gut. And I know somebody back home that is constipated, terrible and negative. It lives in fear. And I say, going through these last 2 years, I don't live in fear. I'm healthy. I'm a senior. I don't take any drugs, except I have allergy to cat, house dust, mold, and dust mites. I have 8 cats in my life. 6 of them live in the house with me, and 7 is in and out. I used to take shots. That didn't help. I gave myself the shots. It didn't help. So I take, the allergy meds when I need to, but otherwise that's the only medications I'm on. The doctor can't believe it. And I think the doctor, maybe 1% comes in with no medication. And I think they're so ecstatic that somebody takes responsibility for their health and they don't have to give them the meds. I think down deep, a doctor really doesn't want to. So, yeah.
As you take your own responsibility for your health.
Yes.
You cannot, you don't depend on me or anybody else to fix you, right? I'll guide you. That's why I say I'll guide you into your path, but you got to do it yourself,
Just like building a house. It doesn't happen by magic. You have tools, you have to learn how to use them and build your house. And your body is your house.
Definitely, yes, yeah. So I believe, I've been working with this, helping people, and I enjoy it because that's the best thing when somebody says, oh my God, I tried your thing and it's really helping and making me feel a lot better. It's, oh man, it's worth $1 million, right?
You bet.
So I'm looking forward to kind of start getting out again within the community, connecting people and practitioners together, and be more positive and healthy. Definitely, we need a healthy environment, healthy people.
I do believe Channel 4 News or Channel 5 here in San Antonio should feature the Holistic Chamber of Commerce. Of what the community can bring together as an outreach for the entire community. I think that would be a great thing.
Oh gosh, definitely. That's a fantastic.
On that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. I don't know quite how to do it, but I could put it on my podcast.
Yeah, in our university, like they're out there, like come on.
Exactly. I just did. I put it out. And that's true. When you say that, what you think about, you bring about. So if you think about good health and improving yourself, it will come. Just like I took the sticker shock speaking thing, and I was on stage and I rocked it a couple of weekends ago. And then I got invited to go to Denver to speak there. And now I got invited to be the MC for my first time at this other thing. And I told Daniel, I said, Daniel, I put it out there that I'm going to be your MC. And it happened. So be careful what you ask for, whether it's positive or negative, because it will come.
Exactly, definitely. Like, and we are surrounded with so many negative people. And unfortunately, the last 2 years created such a bad habit. So we need to think like, okay, let's move on. Let's move. We cannot stand still. We gotta get healthy. We gotta support each other. We gotta laugh. We gotta have fun. We met last Friday. As the first
Friday,
the first Friday, everybody was fun. They enjoyed it. They met. They learned. Even though I was a little bit loud, but I said, that's we'll work on it. Not easy, so we have to work on it. But when we get everybody's support, it's going to get even better and better, and pretty, everybody will know. It's like, okay, well, let's contact Ann. I need more information. Let's do Amira. Let's do Maria. Let's do what, Joy. So it's so many people out there, and there's more. We need to get them out of there, whatever they're hiding, and do it. So I think the one in January, I can't remember the dates now. I think 8 to the 17. Anyhow, we'll put the dates down of Dream Week. That will be a very good, and definitely, and you're going to be doing a lot of podcasts right there and then. And by the way, so a few of the TV San Antonio channels, they come around and take pictures. So so we're going to say, okay, come on, do us.
Exactly. Yeah,
Mhm.
I see you have the energy, the drive, the desire. You're outspoken. I can tell you're very well educated. Um, I think with my podcast, with your information, with the Holistic Chamber of Commerce, getting the word out, people are out there scattered, little pockets, individuals. They
Yeah.
all want what we have, and we can be the hub, so to speak, that all
Yes.
these anchor into us, and the whole community can grow. I just think it's so exciting.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely. Yeah.
it's goosebumps. It's so exciting.
And
That's
then
the thing.
all the things that you tell me about me, educated, but the key word is that I love what I do.
Exactly.
Even what I doing, I'm here for a reason on this earth. And I think now everybody say, well, it's time for you to retire. It's like, are you kidding?
Retire from that and start something new. That's what I did. Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
think life is grand. I'm
Yeah.
so excited. I have another 50 years to live, and I'm over 70, so I
See,
I plan
that's
on it.
how you go. I'm right behind you. Oh, we support each other. Yes,
Yeah.
definitely enjoy it.
Is
So
there anything else that you want to bring up that maybe we haven't touched on? Can you think of anything?
no, I think there's a lot to talk about, but
Yeah.
key points of things, what's going on. And so the important things is now to put the links so people connect with us,
Right.
as a and then in the chamber we have our directory, so other people can go. They say, I want a good chiropractor, I want a good practitioner, I want a massage therapist, I want, whatever they want. So they go and see the link of all our members, and then they get the service that they're looking for. It's like the yellow pages, but it's
Right.
the yellow healers. I guess. Yellow pages.
Yellow. And yellow. Yellow is a great color.
So we need something like that, and that's, I think that's is really great. And yeah, I forgot, how can I do that? So I don't know, I talked about so you're doing the podcast, we're doing the community chamber, and then I'm going to do the magazine for San Antonio for
Oh yes,
healthy.
that's right.
So that's a launch, so we're going to put a link to that one to anybody who would like to sponsor or to put an ad or put an article, that they can connect with me. Because we are launching, we have to think positive, right? December is going to be, going to be a quarterly magazine. And then it's going to launch in December, beginning first week of December is the launch. We'll have a little gathering, celebration, and then so we have different ways, listening, seeing, and reading, so these are all the senses that we need to stimulate to educate the community.
Sounds awesome. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm going to sponsor.
All right.
With my podcast. Put
Yeah.
that in there. So
Yeah.
yep. That'll reach some more people.
Very proud of you that you're doing this, and
Thank you.
awesome.
I love to talk. So
Yeah. And what better to talk about wellness and health and in for the community, and people don't realize, my logo or my symbol I have, that's called the 7 leaves of holistic or wellness, to have, wellness. So it's not just about eating and drinking or this, it's also about your home, it's about your job, economically, so it includes all the 7 chakra, and each color. It's funny enough that I researched and studied that relates to one of these things, so I always bring it out, so I need to show it to people, that it's the rainbow of wellness, I call it.
I like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, because a lot of people don't know what chakra means, so it's like the rainbow of wellness. So yes, and let's see what else. I think that's it. So if they connect with us, or with the chamber, or with me and you with the podcast, that they able to get to know all the activities, what's going on, and of course the social media, right?
Right. And what I like about the podcast, it goes worldwide.
Yes.
So, and that brings it all back into San Antonio as the hub, because that's what we're talking about here right now. And everybody loves San Antonio.
Right. Yes. We do have a major influx for people from other states. They're coming now. They're liking Texas.
Oh,
I had
yeah.
to move to Texas like 30 years ago. I said, no. But here I am, and I made a difference. I feel like it's changed, and it's changing to a better, a healthier, and a lot of things going to happen here in San Antonio. Good things.
Well, when we talk about the reset, that's what we hear out there, right? And I agree, we are in a reset, but it's a positive reset. I refuse to listen to the negativity out there. The reset is positive. All this ugly, all this, all this negativity is going to go on. The reset is like us bringing in positivity and cleaning up our attitudes, everything. It's just awesome. So yes, I embrace the reset, the true reset that's coming.
Exactly, the positive reset.
Yes.
With the sunshine and happiness and love and so many things.
Yep, hearts full of love. Yep. And helping one another.
Yes, definitely. I'm so excited. So can't wait.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Is there anything else before we close out?
The what?
Is there anything else before we close out?
No, I think we hit all the points. Yeah, I was kind of like, I was so busy this weekend. We had so many activities going on, and connected with a lot of people. They were so excited about it. So I said, okay, and what should I talk about? So whatever says.
Whatever comes, it's the right thing. So, and I think we did very well.
Yeah, definitely. Yes.
Okay. Well, with that, Amira, then I'd like to thank you for coming on to my podcast and sharing all this valuable information. And I'd also like to thank the community for tuning into my Common Sense Living podcast today. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'm sure you learned something new. So please leave a kind review and share this episode with a friend, and be sure to subscribe. You'll find me where podcasts are, like YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Facebook, and other platforms. And don't forget, we'll be here again next time with another insightful episode of Common Sense Living. I can hardly wait. Thank you for tuning in to my Common Sense Living podcast today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm sure you learned something new. Please leave a kind review and share this episode with a friend. And be sure to subscribe yourself. You'll find me on iTunes, Spotify, and other platforms. And don't forget, we'll be here again next week with another insightful episode of Common Sense Living. I can hardly wait.